Hello, my name is Jay Coda and welcome back to my YouTube channel where today I will be reviewing my custom LEGO Star Wars Ghost, which was designed by the amazing Channel 2 Bricks. It was a very talented designer, and I will link his video in the description down below. He deserves all credit obviously for this because his design and it is absolutely amazing. Now I did modify some things like over here and stuff. I'll talk about that later. I didn't add any of the major details he did because, as you know, I'm not really fussed. I just wanted to finish the model so I could have it, So yeah, and I'm really happy with the model. Just for figures, we've got Grand Inquisitor, uh, Seventh Sister, Fifth Brother, Darth Vader, Thrawn, and Maul. Thrawn and the Ninth Brother are both knockoffs because I can get the original ones, and the Seventh Sister is a custom figure. Then we got the Ghost Crew. Ezra and Kanan and Ahsoka are the only official versions. The others are all knockoffs because I could get them again. Darth Maul is from the Jewel and Naboo set, and Ahsoka is from the AAT. However, with Ahsoka, I gave her the right cut lightsaber, and with the hilts, I changed them so that they're unique. One's a Sarge Ventress's, and one is a normal because they're meant to be different lengths, and I want to represent that. And then with Kanan and his gun, I took the scope off to make it look more accurate. And Ezra, I saw someone do this where they took a Sarge Ventress's lightsaber, put a couple of spanners on, and made it into Ezra's lightsaber gun, which I wanted to try and do here. So yeah, that's all the figures. Now onto the smaller builds. You've got the Phantom 1 and the Phantom 2. And I will say right now, the Phantom 1 is my favourite because it's a completely unique ship and I like the way it works. The Phantom 2 is just a Separatist ship but recoloured, so it wasn't really as unique or interesting to me as the Phantom 1, but I do like both models. However, with the Phantom 1, you can't actually put Hera in the cockpit seat and have her fly it for some reason because the Leku is too big, which I think is a shame and kind of an oversight not to have Hera fly her own ship. Anyway, the way the Phantom 1 works is you take it and you can fold out the wings. Fold them down. And there you go, they've got the Phantom 1 flying. You can put a figure in the cockpit. I'll show you how that works in a minute. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like this model. It's my favourite out of the two, as I said, because this Phantom 2 I don't like as much, but the Phantom 2 is bigger. Now, you can. Oh, whoops, that wasn't meant to happen. You can open up the boarding ramp, but that does lead into the interior. And I'd recommend lifting this up before removing the roof of the ship because it can get caught on the engines. So that is the roof, and inside a very small interior, but it's got the seats represented accurately that are in the ship. They're meant to fold down, but it's a small scale. And then with this, you just lift it up, you put a figure in there, and then close it up. That's how you do it. And then put this back on like so. Chopper does integrate, and I'll show both of them one after another. Yeah, there's the Phantom 2, and it does have landing gear. I did have to change landing gear because I didn't have the pieces to make it as he did. So yeah, it's just a couple of 1x2s with 3 bars on droid arms. That's about it. But it does, still fold up quite well. It just folds up into the body of the ship like so. I also didn't have the pieces here to give it that angle because I don't actually have any of that piece. I don't think I couldn't find any. So yeah, it's a nice model though. It's got the guns there, nice shaping. Oh, sorry. The fin note is very fragile, and I'd say be careful when maneuvering it. And this also flips down, as you can see, to show you the interior. And to access this interior, you simply remove this. Got access to the back of the ship, which is I'd say about the same size as the Phantom 1. They are meant to be pieces in there to represent seats, but I needed them for different bits of the main model, so I took them out of here. You can also remove this, which is where you're meant to store Chopper's body. It goes in there. However, it's really hard to get them out, so I'm going to leave them out of there. And then I had to modify this bit because I didn't have the pieces, so I just used General Grievous's windscreen piece from the 2008. I think it came out Starfighter, and I think it works quite well. And then you simply remove it, and then it just figure goes in there, it closes up. Hera can sit in this one. She has to lean back quite a bit, but she does sit on this version anyway. I don't know what it's like with the windscreen piece he used. Put that back on, put that back on there, and then you've got the ship. Anyway, now we can move on to the main attraction here, which is the ship. So I'm going to sort some stuff out, and then I'll come back in a second. So as you can see here, I've just put the villains down there in the box and put the ghost crew in front of the ship. This is Sabine's hair. I'm just going to leave it there for now. First thing I want to talk about is the ramp. It does fold down. It does. And it does lead up into the rest of the ship, which I'll show you in a bit. There's a control panel on the side, as well as a little ramp. You can close that back up. As you can see, there are spring-loaded shooters, and there's a button. You see the orange stud on that side, and that side it's the black stud. You push them in and they fire, but I don't want to lose the pieces, so I'm not going to fire them. Then you've got this turret here, which does go from side to side, and then above it you've got the windscreen. You can put it down. However, if you want to access it, I recommend pushing the turret to the side and then bringing this down, and it gives you way more access. And then you simply pull this forwards and put a figure in there, and I'm going to do that now. So as you can see, I've put Sabine in there. All you do is get this and just push it forwards like so with his arms up, and then this just comes up, this comes forward, and you can see her in there ready to shoot. So next we come up here to this bit, which is the top turret. There is meant to be a play feature where you turn a little knob here and that spins the turret. I didn't really care about that, so I just built it normally, and you can simply lift this up like so. And what you do here is, I'll show you. What you do is simply take off the dome piece and then the two back pieces with this. You get a figure and set them down like so. So we have Zeb in here, and then this piece goes on the back and the dome piece goes on top. And there you have Zeb all in the turret. So now we can simply put this back on top and it just drops in, and now it can rotate with him in there. You've got the docking ports on the side, which I'll show you this side. As you can see, brick built. The angles and shaping is also really good with the panels down there as well. It's very accurate. And then at the back here, you've got the docking port for the Phantoms. So I'm going to do the Phantom 2 first because it's my least favourite, as I said. So you simply just take it and push it on, and then bring up the pieces at the back, and that helps secure it on. Where are you? There you are. And it doesn't look terrible, but as I said, it's not what I like for the ship. It doesn't really fit to me. But you can simply just take it out. See, these pieces come up to help secure the Phantoms in place. Then with the Phantom 1, you can simply push this in like so, and that has, I put a single stud there, so it does secure in place, so you're not seeing anything. It does secure in place, you don't need the pieces at the back, and now you've got the full look. Or if you want to, so it's very hot today, you can simply take it, turn it around, and then where the engines are, there are cutouts, these pieces here, and that's where the engines go into. And you push it in, and then push it down, and then you've got the back turret, which I think is really cool. So, give me 1 second. It's now time to move on to the interior of the ship. So there is one up here. You simply remove this whole panel here, and you can see a bit more how the Phantom works. It goes that way, or oh, don't drop it. It goes that way, and the turrets go right up to there. There are meant to be doors there, but as I said, I don't have all the pieces, so I just put bricks there. It still works quite well in my opinion. There is the little room there, which is actually meant to be there, which is, you know, how you access your ship through here, and there's meant to be a ladder and stuff, you know, but obviously it's Lego, it's not going to be 100% accurate. So yeah, I'm going to remove the Phantom for this. These panels do move if you need them to help get ships in and out, and then this right here simply lifts off, and then this entire panel here lifts off as well. I'll just put this over here to the side for now, and then we can access this floor of the interior. So we will start at the back where the little kitchen area is, and the table that folds out. You can bring it up if you want to, fold out of the way, but I like to keep it folded down. You've got the little kitchen area and everything right there. You've got the ladder to go up to the Phantom 1 right there, and you've got just crates and stuff over there, and a bar. I don't know what that bar that goes up is. You can see the top of it there. I don't know what that's for. And then over here you've got the table, the famous table with the hologram that appears on it, and the rounded chair, sofa for everyone to sit on. Then you've got the corridor there, which is below the turret that Zeb is in, and you can see it poking out at the bottom, and that's where it rotates. This is where the mechanism for the play feature would be. It would come out here, and then you would turn it here. But as I said, I left it out. So yeah. Sorry, it's very hot today. These can lift up if you need them to, but they don't actually do anything. It's just more for the shaping. And then you come to the front here, and you've got 4 rooms. So this one over here is Sabine's room. She's got, I think that's an accurate, little table and chairs at the bottom, and her bunk at the top. Some clips and stuff. I would say it's multicolored and painted, but all this is because of the way I built it. So, but hers is the most colourful room, I think, because here you've got Ezra and Zeb's room with a couple of clips. A clip there for something. I think that's for Ezra's lightsaber. You've got a little table there and the 2 bunks. Then you've got Hera's room right there. Very basic, nothing really interesting. Couple of drawers. And then on this side, you've got Kanan's room, which has a clip there for his lightsaber and a couple of details. And you've got these bits at the front. And what these are for, I think, is you take, say you get these stands, you can put them there to store them, which I think is pretty cool. So Zeb, I'd like to take his bow rifle and just put it in one of the clips, like so. And then this over here goes there. And then here's the cockpit, which I'll show last. You can look down through there and see the chair for the front turret right there, which is pretty cool. But what you do is you simply lift all this out, like so, kind of like the UCS Razor Crest, and then you've got the main hangar bay. I think it's a hangar bay. You've got the ladder there, you've got the control that they use to get different items into the ship during the show, and you've also got the 2 doors that open. You just simply push them down like so, and you've got the doors that are open. And if you look under, you can see them poking out right there, and then you can push them back up like so. You may want to, it is a pain in the butt sometimes, but you can get them back up. And then that's where the ramp is, so you can open this up and see in better now because of that. So yeah, so I'm going to get Hera in the cockpit and chop her where he goes, and then put Kanan and Ezra where I put them, and then finish this review. So as you can see, I've put the cockpit in and put Hera in her chair. One thing I don't like is that it's not one level and it goes down a level. I might modify that to make it flat and even, but for now that's how it looks. To put this panel back on, make it this way, and then just slides on, and you push it to make sure it's on there. This one, again, just slides on like so, and then just put the Phantom in the back. Come on, thank you. Right, and then I put Kanan and Ezra where I put them. So here we have where I put them, and I put them here where they're doing lightsaber training on top, and this just slides on like so, and there you go. So yeah, that is the Two Bricks Ghost, and I think personally this is way better than both official Lego Star Wars sets. The Republic Bricks $400 set, the Brick Vault Play Scout set, and the Brick Vault UCS set, because this has everything. Even the Brick Vault UCS set doesn't have the rooms at the back, the opening doors under here, and both Phantoms. I think they have the Phantom 2, but not the Phantom 1. So yeah, this to me is just better because you get all three models, and this is just amazing, and you get like everything. There's not really anything missing, apart from where the hangar is at the back. There's meant to be a room with a ladder that goes up. However, he sacrificed that for structural support, which I do appreciate because it helps the ship a lot. Yeah, and this is what the front looks like with all the accessories in there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm hoping to get more reviews out very, very soon. Sorry about I think it's been over a month since I last uploaded. I've just been so busy. I do apologise. But yeah, I do hope you really enjoyed this review. I love building it, and I'm going to keep it for quite a while because I love this thing, and I don't think I'm ever going to take it apart unless I get the pieces to make it properly. I'm going to leave it. So yeah, this has been my review of Two Bricks Custom Lego Star Wars Ghost, which is now obviously also now mine. I'm very happy with it. I would recommend going to buy it and build it. It will be linked in the description down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone. Goodbye.